Legs are done, booty's done, abs are done. Now I'm over here on the treadmill. Gonna finish with just some sprints. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes I do 10 minutes, sometimes I do 20, but no matter what I'm doing, it's always gonna be a minute on and then a minute off. So my legs are pretty warm. I don't really need to warm up. So I'm gonna get right to it. I start around, actually I might just step off so I can keep talking to you because I talk a lot. I usually start around a 7 or an 8 and then I just up it every minute. So I've got about 32 seconds, but I also do this on off days when I don't want to come in and train or I don't feel like lifting weights. I'll come in and just do some sprints, play with my heart rate. I got my monitor on and know what it's at. I like to get my heart rate up to around 170, 180. And then I try to get it to go back down to about 120, 130. It's usually about that range, but it varies every time I do these and I always just feel really good after them. So 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. And again, I'm at about a 7 right now, so it's not too fast.
What's the highest speed?
The highest speed I usually get to, 12 is usually my max. That's pushing it though. I prefer maybe like a 10 or 11, but 12 is when I'm really getting after it. But again, it's how you feel. Some days I feel great and I might be like, I'm going after this. Other days I might be like, I'm only getting to a 9.5 and I'm okay with that. But yeah, just for me it's about how you feel. So listen to your body, know your body, just go after it. 10 seconds. And again, throughout all of these sprints, your core is tight. A lot of people get a little lax when they're doing their walks, their runs, even just in the gym in general. But that's huge. If you keep your core tight, it saves everything. It saves your back, your posture's right, which means your legs are right, which means you're doing the exercise correctly. So just make sure your core is always tight. I also like to sometimes use a wrap, whether it's a weight belt wrap, or even just a neoprene wrap. Either way, it kind of gives you that signal of, oh yeah, keep your core tight. So I just upped it 10 miles per hour, so I'm now at 8, and so keep going.
All right.
That's it.
Just wrapped up a great little leg workout and abs with Juliana. Juliana, it was so good to have you today. Thanks for the workout and all the explanation. It was actually really nice to hear you talk and let people know what it is that you do for your routine. What are you about to have there before we start chatting?
Yeah, well, you're welcome, first of all. Thanks, you guys, for watching. I appreciate it. I am here. I actually, you know what? I always, let me see if I can find you my bag of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
I am always sipping on my branch chain, no matter what. I mean, not only because it's good for me and my body, my muscles, but because it helps me drink more water.
Thank you.
You know,
yes.
Like a lot of people sit there and they use like the different packets of things, and those are all fine if that's what works for you. For me, I just don't like them. Yeah. So why not just keep putting more branch chain in there? So I literally will just keep scooping all day long.
Yep.
I usually have a bigger container than this, but it works and it has my logo on
there you
it.
Go.
So I use it, but yeah, it's just some branch chain in here.
That's awesome. Juliana, talk to me a little bit about where you came from. You're actually from Atlanta.
Yes.
You live here now, but you're actually from over there. You turned pro in 2010.
Yes.
But tell me what happened since then, because you've been around already a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm from Atlanta. I'm born and raised an athlete. So I was a gymnast and a swimmer growing up. I swam all through college on scholarship at Virginia Tech. So that was always my job. When I graduated college, I moved back home and I said, I want to play for a little while. So I ended up becoming a professional cheerleader. I worked for the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Thrashers, and then I spent 4 years with the Atlanta Hawks as the captain of the dance team there. So I got exposed to performing, and I love that aspect of my life. And I worked with Fox Sports a little bit there. So when I decided to start competing, I of course fell in love because fitness is my first love, being an athlete myself. So I started competing, turned pro in 2010. I have been on the Olympia stage twice. I have been on the Arnold stage twice. Okay. I have a blog with FitnessRx for women online.
Nice.
And I have my 3rd cover with Fitness RX coming out, hopefully within the next couple of days.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a really fun experience being in this world, inspiring women and men of all ages, because it's what I come from and it's what I love, and I love to give people insight so that they can maybe avoid some hard times, learn from my mistakes instead of having to figure them out on your own. But yeah, so I moved here and I still compete whenever I get that urge in my blood to get on stage, and I do. And I also work for Supercross.
Yeah, talk about that, because that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Supercross, but it's dirt bike racing. I am Miss Supercross, so I work every weekend from January to May in a different city for the races, and I also work with Fox Sports, so I'm one of their hosts as well. So every race weekend I'm doing something, whether it's with social media or the fans or talking about health and fitness. Yeah, Supercross is the other half of my life. But yeah,
I know it's completely different than bodybuilding, but it's great.
Yeah, it's different. It's different because they're on 2 wheels, but it takes the same effort in the gym. Those guys are madness. They're training just as hard as we do in different ways than we do. So it's fun to kind of get their aspect. And I'm like, oh, maybe we can do that. Maybe in our world we can do that type of training. So I'm going to try to learn more what they do and try to incorporate it with things I put online and things like that. So. Yeah.
So as of right now, you haven't decided on a next competition, but you said you're getting the itch again. So maybe we'll see you in 2017.
Yes, because let's see, the last time I was on stage was August 2015.
Okay.
Dallas Pro, I believe it was. And it's really hard for me to stay on my prep and really focus on my prep if I'm traveling every weekend.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So definitely won't be getting on stage until after May, because that's when Supercross is over. But I was actually working the Fit Expo this past weekend, and a guy came up and was telling me about Lou Ferrigno's show. And I said, okay, when is it? Thinking it's going to be, March, April. He goes, November. And I was like, oh, wait.
Give me the flyer.
Give me the flyer. Second of all, that's my birthday month, so maybe that would be a good birthday present. Turning another year, getting on stage again. So that itch is there. It's brewing inside. So we'll see, what show. But I think I'm ready to get back on stage mentally and physically to see what I can push my body to do. So 2017, you might see me back on stage.
Well, I hope you're going to have us and re-invite us to shoot you leading up to the show. That'd be great.
Absolutely, for sure. I love it. Thanks you guys so much for watching.
Thank you so much. Before we wrap up, is there anybody you want to thank?
Of course, I want to say thank you to my sponsors, APS, High Tech. Y'all are my family. Been with me, or I should say I've been with you for 4 years, and
wow,
I can't say good enough things about your products, what you guys do for me, and when I compete. My coach, Damian Segovia, Arizona Pro Physiques, he always gets me right when I get on stage. Golds for letting us shoot here. Dave for doing this with me, dealing with my chatty Cathy. But yeah, everyone and all of you for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.